everyone, so I know I haven't been around for a while, and excuse it if my voice still sounds a little bit weird. I had a cold like 2 weeks ago, and it is the longest lasting cold ever. It's kind of lingering to a point where I'm starting to wonder, like, should I go and see a doctor? And I never go and see a doctor for anything. But I've still got like a little bit of a kind of phlegmy situation going on, which is really sexy, and a cough. But like, I feel okay. I feel fine. I don't feel like I have a cold. It's just that kind of lingering thing, and I know my voice sounds a little bit nasally and irritating, so apologies if that's annoying. But I also wanted to apologise for not being around these past couple of weeks. I have had a lot going on, and that's why I wanted to make this video, to just kind of talk you through it. Well, not talk you through it, like I'm like teaching you something, it's not, is it? But just to kind of share it with you, and I wanted to thank you. And I think, you know, as much as I like things being private on YouTube, I think sometimes it is nice to kind of keep people who watch your videos regularly and who do ultimately kind of care about you, as a lot of you have kind of shown me these past few weeks, keep you in the loop and just chat to you. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. And I know the lighting might look a little bit weird. I have been playing around with it for the past half an hour. My boyfriend had used the camera for something and changed all the settings, and I was looking at it and I was like, this is like Chinese. I didn't understand what anything was, and I think I figured out how to get it back to normal, but I'm not sure. And it doesn't help the fact that it's a really weird day outside today. It's been such weird weather here lately. It is so humid and sticky. I mean, I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt and I'm boiling indoors, and it's sticky and sweaty and just horrible. Like, it's not, it's warm, but it's horrible warm. I don't know, anyway, whatever, I'm talking nonsense. But yeah, the reason I haven't been around these past couple of weeks are that my boyfriend's dad has passed away, sadly. And I did mention it a little bit on Instagram, but I'm aware that not everybody has Instagram, not everybody follows Instagram, which, a side note is, you need to be on Instagram, because Instagram is by far the best social media platform in my opinion. And if you don't follow me and you would like to, shameless plug, my Instagram, Twitter and all that kind of thing are always linked down below in the description box, so if you want to go there and follow me. My hair is like for essential, isn't it? It's because it's so humid. I did it and it's like, you know, when you've got long hair as well, you will feel my pain where your neck just constantly feels sticky when it's warm. It's so horrible. As soon as I come home, I like have to put my hair up in a bun because it irritates me so much. But sorry. Yeah, I mentioned it on Instagram, but I thought I'd come on here and talk about it a little bit as well, because I know not everybody has Instagram. And I won't go kind of into the ins and outs of the whole medical situation and that kind of thing, but my boyfriend's dad passed away last month, and it has been really, really, really sad. I can't necessarily talk about it from my boyfriend's perspective, because obviously I'm not him, and you know, as much as I kind of know how he feels, it's not really my place to come and kind of talk about that. But I'm sure any of you can imagine that losing a parent is probably the most horrific, heartbreaking thing that could possibly happen to you, and it's something that, you know, is going to at some point affect all of us, going to happen to all of us, touch wood, such a horrible thought. And it has been very, very difficult, because it's not something that you're ever prepared for and ever kind of know how to deal with, and it's not something that I've particularly experienced in my life. I mean, both my dads passed away, but one when I was really small, and the other one, for various reasons, wasn't somebody who I really knew anyway, so I've never kind of felt the full effects of it. And watching someone who is your entire world going through something that horrific is probably one of the most horrible things that you could possibly go through, because you can't help them. There is nothing that you can say that is going to make it better. And I have kind of learned now that the only thing that you can say is that if there was anything to say that could make this better, I would say it, but there isn't. And, you know, people saying, oh, you know, it'll get better with time and all that kind of thing. Everybody knows that, but it's just one of those things that I can imagine when it's happening to you is so isolating, and you feel like you're the only person in the world who knows how that feels. Even talking to other people who have been through it, every experience is different, and all I've been trying to do is to just kind of be there and be as helpful, as supportive as I can. But it's not easy doing that either, because it's just a very, very surreal situation, and it's a weird situation where you kind of feel like you need to get back to normal and you need for things to be normal again, but it doesn't feel right for things to be back to normal at the same time. And it's one of those really weird situations where you kind of, we were kind of waiting for the funeral. The funeral's kind of, you know, the last goodbye almost, essentially. And there were lots of things that kind of needed to get done beforehand, and my boyfriend made this beautiful canvas that kind of was going to represent what he wanted to say about his dad, rather than it being a picture on its own. He wanted it to have words and things like that. I did Instagram a picture of that if you wanted to go and have a look, just because I thought it was so nice. And the service itself was a really, really beautiful service. Kind of everyone who spoke did an amazing, amazing job. I don't know how anybody managed it. I mean, I'm a blubbering mess at the best of times. So I would have been, you know, if I had to do anything like that, I will be the person standing there, blubbering, ugly crying face on, makeup everywhere, just being impossible to understand through my because I'm like that. But my boyfriend's sister did a great speech that she'd written, and it was heartfelt, and it was warm, and it was funny, and it was just exactly what you'd want somebody to say about you, and kind of showed how much she loved her dad. And it was just really, really amazing, and I'm so proud of her that she managed to do that, because I don't think I would have been able to do that in the same situation. But she had just been so amazing throughout the whole thing. You know, she'd sorted so much of it out. She had just been proper superwoman, and the service was really, really sad, but we kind of wanted there to also kind of be, I think my boyfriend wanted for it to feel like he was doing something productive, and something positive to come out of this. And the British Heart Foundation had helped his dad through a lot of the hard stuff that he was going through in terms of his health. So he has set up a charity page for his dad, to raise money for his dad, and we're actually almost at the target. And obviously I'm not here to say like, oh, please donate money or whatever, because that's, you know, I don't expect anybody to do that. But if you did want to just kind of read the story and that kind of thing that he wrote, which was really beautiful, I will put the link of that down below if you wanted to go and have a look at it. And it is one of those situations that does very much make you realise how many people are out there who do care about you, and people who have helped you through such a horrible time. And I have found it amazing that I have had so many messages on Instagram, like, you know, just messages from friends, but also I've had kind of emails from people, from viewers and things like that, who, this is so annoying, viewers, ugh, whatever, doesn't matter. My hair's everywhere. Yeah, from viewers and stuff that just wanted to kind of check that I was okay and send their condolences. And it's just such a heartwarming, lovely, lovely thing to read, because it's like, that's a stranger on the internet who cares about what you're going through. And I won't cry because I have like a really ugly crying face. Kim Kardashian's got nothing on my ugly crying face, so I won't subject you guys to that. And I've also, you know, got mascara on, so we won't. But it's just been so lovely to see that support, and it's something that kind of, you know, you don't necessarily think about, and you kind of do take for granted a little bit, how many people are out there who care, and so many of you have commented on Instagram, and I've tried to get back to as many as I can. So if I've missed you, I'm sorry. It wasn't deliberate. I wasn't ignoring you. I just couldn't kind of get round to answering everything. But I appreciate it so much, and I know that my boyfriend appreciates it so much. I know, you know, he's not part of my channel because that's just not his thing, but he obviously is a big part of my life, and I probably do kind of mention him sometimes on here, so maybe some of you kind of feel like you know him almost, even though you don't. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and update you with that, because I don't know, I just felt like you should know, and why I haven't been around. I don't think there'll be many kind of regular videos up this week, but I will be back up and running by next week. You know, I need a time to get used to things. My phone is just not shutting up. It's WhatsApp group. You know when you get put into a group and then it's just constant chit chat, and you look at your phone and you have like 300 notifications. But yeah, I've lost my trail of thought now. Oh, that yeah, I will be back next week. I kind of did need a little bit of time to just to get things back to normal, because it really is a really surreal thing. I mean, obviously it's not my dad, but it's someone who I was very, you know, was a close part of my life for as long as I've been with my boyfriend, which is 6 years. And it's just, it's impossible to kind of describe how it feels. It just feels so weird. It feels like you're going to wake up and it's not actually going to be like that, and it is. But everyone's help and everybody's support has been so lovely. Like, you know, friends, family members, it's just been so lovely to see how many people care. My phone is just, I mean, seriously, how do people... and yeah, I know I'm all over the place in this video. My mind's kind of a bit everywhere at the moment. But I'm just trying to be as supportive as I can, just be there, not be there when it's necessary, because that's also another thing. Everybody deals with things differently, and some people just want to be alone. They want time kind of with their own thoughts and to just get on with things and to be alone, and I'm really not like that. I've got water on my top. I'm not really like that as a person, but my boyfriend is, and sometimes you kind of need to know when they need to be alone and when they don't necessarily want the support. And I think sometimes I can be a little bit, I want to say like a little bit Jewish mother kind of thing. I can be a little bit smothering, and you kind of have to learn when not to be like that, when to let them just go and be alone for a little bit, because that's what they need. And any of you who are going through this, I am so sorry that you have to go through something so horrible. It really is heartbreaking, and I cannot imagine the immense pain of when it is actually your parent, how that must feel, because I know how painful this feels, and I can't imagine what you must be going through. So I want to kind of, you know, send you all big hugs, and I can only imagine that it gets better with time, and then other times it feels like it was just yesterday that it happened. But I wanted to just share this with you because I wanted also to explain where I've been these past couple of weeks, in case you haven't seen on Instagram or anything like that. I know that I don't kind of owe you to make videos and that kind of thing. I know people will be saying that, and I know that that's not why. I just felt like I wanted to update you, like, you know, on what's been going on, because obviously it's been a big thing and something that is just kind of been something worth mentioning, you know, like when there's been a death in any family, it's something that you don't want to talk about but that you kind of have to because it's important. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I am going to go now because this video has been really, really long, and I've just spoken for 15 minutes. I'm insane. So yeah, I am going to go now, and I will see you next week. I love you all so, so much, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.